I just recently got this Bells of Steel adjustable kettlebell, so I don't need a whole entire rack. I have multiple different weight ranges inside of this kettlebell shell, and this Olympic style kettlebell shell feels super good in use. It's got this nice steel handle, got a nice big window so you can do other exercises, and then it's got the embossed logo, which helps when you're in that front rack position. The more you exercise with this, the more you practice with this, the better you get. So these are just some exercises that, again, I like to do with my kettlebell, and it's a full body good workout. I'm going to give you a couple different variations of some of these exercises, but that's enough talk. Let's just get right into it. I got the camera in the vertical orientation here just so you can see all the different exercises. So first one I'm going to do is just a single arm kettlebell swing. Kind of start out in front of it like that. Nice strong base, and then just swing. So this is 44 pounds. And then switch. You can do double, two-handed. You can do alternating. Controlling the kettlebell. And then again, once you start moving, you can kind of flow with it. Dip down. Move your legs a little bit. Some people I talk to, when it comes to kettlebell exercises, they say it kind of hurts their lower back a little bit. And again, you're going to want to start with light weight, right? But you're going to want to work through that. You're doing like a hip hinge, but you're also working on that explosive style movement. It's going to be working on your posterior chain, your grip strength. Overall, you feel really good. You start moving through different planes of motion and different rotational exercises. A single arm. There's a hard style kettlebell swing, and then there's like Olympic style kettlebell swings. I don't know all the ins and outs of the sport of kettlebell. Kettlebells are for everyone. They're very approachable, right? You can walk up to it and you can start doing a bunch of different exercises. Kind of doing some swings, some heavy swings. Now I'm gonna do some squats. Multiple ways to do that. One of my favorite ways to do a squat, goblet squat. I like doing that because it also keeps kind of tension on the arms. You can use like a slant board, elevate the heels. Maybe you can just hold it like that. Increase the intensity. You can do like a single-sided squat. You're kind of off balance a little bit more support. You got the front rack. Or if you really want to get flexible, you can do something like that. Squatting with a kettlebell feels really good. Kettlebell rows. I like to do these things called gorilla rows when you have two kettlebells. You can do gorilla rows. I'm going to kind of show you with one kettlebell right now, but you kind of flare your knees out. You got your in line with your feet a little bit, and then you're doing that. Single arm rows. I like doing this alternating. Whew. Again, grip strength, all that. Some good swings, squats, pulls. Now we'll do some overhead stuff. I'm gonna lighten the kettlebell just a little bit. Bells of Steel kettlebell comes with the tools necessary to lower the weight. Unscrew this bolt. Take the bottom of your shell off. Take your handy dandy tool. Unscrew that. I don't find myself supersetting kettlebell movements a lot. Like, you can get away with a lot of different exercises utilizing the same weight. Maybe like 1 or 2 weights should get you a lot of the way there. So I'll go kind of light here. Periodically, you have to open up the shell to kind of tighten this down, or you'll feel it rattling around. But if you tighten it down, you should be good to go. It's pretty seamless design. I really like it. Again, this steel handle is the best kettlebell handle you can utilize. Like powder coat, hard style, whatever kettlebells, standard kettlebells are cool. But you can really flow with a steel handle like this. Okay, so I lightened the load a little bit. It's about 100 in here. Kettlebell snatch. So again, you kind of just do a little, and then you punch up to the ceiling, bring it down. If you want to, like, reset, you can reset after every rep if you really wanted to. If you're going heavier. Those wrist wraps you wear for like heavy bench day, those work pretty well with kettlebell exercises. But honestly, you don't want to be smacking your wrists. You want to be punching up and through with your kettlebell. The next one I'm going to do is a clean and press. Same thing, you kind of get the kettlebell going. You clean it into position. Again, you could reset if you wanted to. And then you get really good, and you can start stepping into it. Different things, mixing it up, or just standard, regular press. You could even do things like Turkish get-ups. A lot of these, I feel like I'm incorporating my whole entire body, getting some of that rotation, that core, that posterior chain work, like all this different thing. And then even conditioning, doing high reps, sweating, burning calories, kind of working on that grip strength. So kettlebells, I feel like super underrated. People either lift them up and they like it and they continue to practice, or they are like, that's kind of weird, that hurts my back, and then they don't utilize them and get the benefits. Something like a home gym, you're out here, you're practicing in the privacy of your own home and getting better at utilizing your kettlebell. Just a couple other different exercises that I like to do with a lighter kettlebell. It's kind of like around the world. You want to take your hat off when you do it, but it works on kind of your shoulder health and just shoulder mobility and strength, which is nice. I like doing different bicep variations with my kettlebell, keeping my wrist nice and strong. If that's too much kind of tension on your wrist, you can do it like this as well. You can get a good stretch with your triceps. You can do different kind of over the head exercises. If you want an efficient way of working out, if you're a busy dad, you don't have a bunch of time to be kind of working out, you want a simple tool, get yourself a kettlebell. You can do so many different exercises and you can get a great, effective, efficient workout with just one single kettlebell. I hope you enjoyed some of these exercises. These are some of my favorites, but there's a million more that you can think of in practice with your kettlebell. If you want to check out this kettlebell specifically, I'll leave the link in the description. This is the Bells of Steel adjustable kettlebell. Thanks for tuning in. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Keep working hard, and we'll see you in the next one.